God is a God of restoration and reconciliation, bearing in mind that so far Saul has sought to do what he can to get rid of David, to kill him even. So David was constrained to hide in a cave, and then he hid in the wilderness, and Saul was after him. And on one occasion Saul fell asleep in the wilderness, and David got so close to Saul that he cut just a small portion of his cloak and took away one of his spears. And the next day he woke up, and David held up the portion of the cloak, and said, "Do you remember this? I could have killed you any moment, but I do not harm the Lord's anointed." That really struck fast with me. We do not harm the anointed, Lord's anointed. We do not harm those who are called by God. Yes, we may disagree with them in their teaching or the way they live their lives, but we do not cause harm to our brothers and sisters in Christ. And then because David, as it were, was the bigger person, Saul said, "Oh, may you be blessed. May your years be prosperous." Saul realized the error of his ways, that he wanted to kill this man, this future king, who God's hand was on his life. We often see that it echoed throughout the Bible. What others may intend for evil, God uses for good. And God used the life of David for good. Now Saul, very sadly, the presence of God was withdrawn away from him once and for all, and he took matters into his own hands. He sought a witch of Endor to bring Samuel back, to give him wisdom in how to defeat this very difficult battle between the Philistines, who were once again at war. And Samuel said that you will die in this battle. Not words anyone wanted. Oh, my friends, how sad it was that the presence of God had withdrew himself from Saul, that Saul hardened his heart away from God. I pray that we do not harden our hearts from God, but that we are receptive to Him, that we admit our frailties, we admit our sinful nature and our need for Christ in our lives. Oh, my friends, it is a catastrophic thing to not feel the presence of God in our lives. Sometimes God does withdraw His presence, and sometimes He tests us to see how dependent we are on Him. But my friends, ultimately Saul had no sense of God's presence as he once did. My friends, if you were once in those days where you were walking and talking with Jesus and now you're not, can I urge you to seek the Lord while He may be found? Call upon Him and ask Him to renew that love for Him, and He will, because He loves us so much.